Good morning, I'm PolarizedMoon and welcome back to RuneScape. So we just finished the World Wakes, and it is now the next day. Technically it was the next day during the recording of the last quest, but it is now, again, the next day. And we've got another statue to build. So we are going to do that. I don't know why this is... what is this, 4? 6? What's the one that I use here? Whoops. This is, 5, 4, 3, 2? No, these are all combat. 7. 8. 9. No. 10? Which one do I have usually set here? 12? 13. What? Which one? Oh, hold on. I can cycle through them like this. It is 4. What? I thought I clicked on 4 and that wasn't it. Oh well. That's fine. That's perfectly alright. I have all the items I need to... Oh hey, I did it. Fantastic. Should I just pay respects to everybody? Oh, and okay. So I can pay respects to all of them once. So it looks like there's 3 left, but I only have 1 more item here, and I'm not entirely sure why. So at the beginning of the next recording session, we're gonna finish that off, I guess. It looks like there should be 2 more after that, but I don't know why. That's strange. Yeah, because here's everything else I need for that. But today, we are gonna start, one of a kind. Talk to Mr. Mordout under the stairs of the Varrock Museum. Items. Emerald, Enchanted Amulet of Cat Speak, 4 inventory spaces, Survive Dragonfire, and combat equipment. Alright. Well, let's head off to the Varrock... So the Varrock Museum? We can do that, no problem. Ah. Why is my nose runny all of a sudden? Okay, so this is the first quest in the New Age. I mean, not... Technically, we've done quests that are in the New Age already. I doubt, though, that... any of those... Yeah, what if I... Hold on. Let's... show all of them. Okay, so I've already done a handful of these. So, the Death of Chivalry was technically the first one here. Okay. So I've already done the 2 first ones. I'm kind of sad that I had already done those. But there aren't a whole lot of these that we have done. So I'm okay with that for now. I wish I had known about the timeline option much sooner. If it was there at the time. It may not have been. It may not have been there. I don't know. But I'm glad that I get them now. Head down the stairs. Oh, what? Okay. Oh. Yeah, Mr. Mordout, you're the dragon. Hello. How may I be of service? One of a kind. You know, PolarizedMoon, you may be the supposed I am looking for. I am? Indeed, I have something that may interest you. As you are aware, I have a deep interest in history of dragonkind, and have made it my mission to seek out as much information on our past as possible. During my recent investigations, I have uncovered what the final journal of Hannibus, the Dragon Rider. Go on. I believe this journal entry could be the secret to his current whereabouts. Could I interest you in helping me to investigate? Accept quest. Fantastic! I knew I could count on you. And to the last journal of Hannibus the Dragon Rider. Take a quick read of that and talk to me when you've finished. I have more information I will prove fascinating, I'm sure. Hannibus hunted. My time in this cave has been relaxing and has been good distance myself from the folly of people of Gielinor. But it is a short-lived peace. The witch Anakra is still hunting me, even after all these years. I had hoped that it would be forgotten about, but I allowed to live out my last few years away from all that conflict. I'm not that lucky. Anakra, why did it have to be her? It was worse knowing that she was taken upon herself to collect trophies for Zamorak, in the form of petrified foes. Death I could prepare for. I would be able to join the spirits of my people in the forest beyond. But an eternity of stone, I would be neither alive nor dead, trapped in that torment, forever. It's a nightmare that doesn't bear thinking about, though I can do little else. I've moved on from this temporary sanctuary now. I've left my dragon in his cave. He's been a loyal and a good friend, and I think it's best to distance myself from him. If I am to be hunted down, at least he may have that chance this way. Our goodbye was painful, but I think he understood. I shall travel now as far away from my old haunts as possible. Might throw her off the scent if I'm lucky. But luck has not been my ally for quite some time now. Are you his dragon? I believe that Anakra was successful in her plan and is able to curse Hannibus, turning him into a statue. Why do you think that? Well, I've been researching Anakra's exploits, and there are references to such a statue as a tribute for Zamorak. But she was never able to deliver it. I had thought at the end of it, but then I hit on my biggest discovery yet. During some completely unrelated research on the Dragonkin, I found documents that speak of Robert the Strong finding a strange lifelike statue of an unknown species. I believe this is none other than a statue of Hannibus. According to my research, Robert took it to his library for study. Isn't it fascinating? Yes, fascinating. I'm glad you agree. The only problem now is where do we go from here? Where can we find this library? Who would know anything? Bob the cat? A cat? Why would the cat know anything? Cat is the reincarnation of Robert the Strong. Really? Fascinating. Well, yes, that certainly seems like a good place to start. I will entrust that task to you, PolarizedMoon, as my presence generally startles the locals. Alright. Time to... Oh, I have almost all the museum kudos. I don't know if you guys can see that beneath my face. I don't know how far my face extends past the, I don't know. We'll see. So I need to go get the Cat Speak amulet. Or, I guess, the Cramulet at this point. Where it's all smashed together. Max. Hey, look. Max is here. Max is here a lot. The Cramulet is up here somewhere. There it is. And I should probably grab my Dragonfire shield. You know what? I'm going to... Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put these down. I'm going to put these away here for now. I'm going to do this. Get all my other weapons. And then I'm going to put my... Gonna put these boots back on. Where? Just because I like having that agility experience. And I've almost used up all of my Silverhawk down. So we are getting there. Let's get that Cramulet and the Dragonfire shield. And I have an emerald in there. All right, so inspect. No. Where? No. How do I use? No. Interact. There we go. Open. So he's to the west. All right. This thing tells you where Bob is. Bob will spawn at Gertrude's house every so many game ticks or whatever, and then kind of just wander around out past that. No, okay, still this way. Stray dog. Yeah, so a lot of times you kind of want to start here. And then see if you can't find Bob around this area. Nope. Interact. Open. Yep, it's still this direction, it looks like. Let's teleport a little bit further. Let's just go all the way to Falador Lodestone, and see... Let's see how far that is. This might be too far. I don't know. We'll find out. Alright. I don't see Bob here. Interact. And open. North. Okay. So, I was generally right. So Bob should be up here somewhere. You're not Bob. And that's a bear. I don't see Bob. Black bear. Are you here in the camp? Let's check. Interact. No, not drop. Okay. Whew. Interact. Open. Northwest. Oh, on the other side of the... I didn't know you could go over there. I guess that makes sense. Somewhere up in Berthorpe, it looks like. That seems to be where Bob might be. Watch, Bob's gonna teleport back to Gertrude's house before I find him. How do you get through here just by the door opening for you? How does that work? I guess. Maybe the door opens for Bob. I don't know. I mean, it does stay open for a while, so maybe if someone walks through here, Bob can kind of get through. Still don't see any Bob. Well, obviously. Okay, so I was in there. Is Bob in one of these houses? Unferth, Akka, Baroka, Imperial Guard. Oh, there's a Doron ball. Well, there's a cat there. That's not... It's not Bob, though. Okay, let's, interact. Down this way. Okay. Ah, there you are. Okay, where... Talk to Bob. One of a kind. Bob, I need to find the library of Robert the Strong. The library of who the what? Robert the Strong, you're his reincarnation, remember? I know I'm his reincarnation, but I don't actually remember anything about his life. It's like, it's just a cat with a human to look after. Surely you're, a human to look after. I think you've met Unferth, my pet human. He lives in a house at the north end of Berthorpe. Oh, did they change where he teleports from? Okay. Well, we're kind of here. I love that house, and the first time I saw it, I felt like I was home. Naturally, I adopted the human who lived there and moved in. Even though I wander around the world, that house will always feel like home. Maybe I'll check out this house. Be my guest. Unferth is very good at keeping it clean these days. Finally got him trained. Okay, so I have to check out Unferth's house. In search bookcase. Found a recipe. Chocolate cake. I don't need that. Inspect the table. Table is a chocolate cake and a full glass milk on it. Cook at fireplace. You can cook at this fireplace? That's weird. Anything... There's potatoes. Anything outside I need to... Nope. I'll talk to him after I've investigated everything. I don't see anything. It says in the back, my favorite recipe. Examine table. Hi. I want to search your house for a hidden library. A hidden library? I don't know what you're talking about. I've never even read any ogre romance novels. Surely don't have a secret collection of them. I'm not interested in your novels. Well, if there's another library in my house, I'd like to know about it. I'd like to keep everything neat, and misplaced library sounds, decidedly unneat. Is there any place that Bob the Cat seemed drawn to? Well, he never went upstairs much, so it's running around the floors down here. Hope that helps with whatever you're doing. On the floor. That's all for now. Examine the carpet. No? Search the bookcase? Oh, okay. Was looking for a secret entrance, you actually managed to completely destroy the bookcase somehow. Stop it! You're getting dirt all over my books. While searching the table, you actually managed to just completely destroy it. Doesn't reveal anything interesting. What did my table ever do to you? Investigate fireplace. Ordinary fireplace, no hidden entrances. Unfortunately, you appear to have dislodged a lot of soot. Oops. What are you doing? You're getting soot everywhere. I bet you're wanting to rip up the carpet next, you vandal. You remove the carpet and find a hidden trapdoor. There we go. Alright. Ah, there's a statue. Investigate statue. Oh, interesting. Statue is astonishingly detailed. In fact, you suspect it's not a statue, but a creature that has been transformed into stone. Look at the map. You discovered a new clue. Dragonkin place names. Lillergax, Avrok, Truthen, Sketherin, Here then. Okay. Can I investigate the statue again? No. Okay, so that's all. Looks like there's one bookcase over there I can search. Search the desk. Might as well. Is that the Stone of Joss? By Robert the Strong. I have found all the parts of the incantation. The effective words are Omnahilistic Durura. The ritual also requires 2 material components. First of which is an emerald. The second of which eludes me. Went to a seer for this knowledge, and after I paid his price, he replied with this riddle. I feed upon the sword, spade, and rake. I pierce armor that none can break. 1 drop, and I can stop a watch's flow. Without time, I cannot grow. What am I? I feed upon the sword, spade, and rake. Pierce of armor. Is it rust? Without time, I cannot grow. 1 drop, and I can stop. Drop of rust? That doesn't quite make sense. But the sword, spade, and rake and our broken armor does mean rust. Or it could mean rust. Rumor of Dragonkin requires my attention. Return to this puzzle to seek the seer's riddle later. Okay. Is that the only... Yeah, okay. Let's check the chest. Firmly locked. Dusty old tomes, you need a better idea of what you're looking for. We can search through all this. Okay. How about over here? How about that chest? Chest is firmly locked. How about this one? Okay, so I clearly cannot look through... Ah! The Young Robert by Walthus Musbat. Chapter 1. He was born into a family of librarians. Those whose purpose in life was to collect, safeguard, and archive the history and knowledge of this world. A world that Robert refers to as Terragard. Robert is not a native of Gielinor by birth, though he considers our world to be more of his home than the place he was born. Terragard, the original world of humans. Terragard, a cold place, both in temperature and temperament. Despite humans being widespread across the plains, the natives considered themselves to be superior to all others, and they reside in the birthplace of humankind. It is from Terragard that the first human colonists originated, having been sent to other worlds by Saradomin himself, and that the Terragardians believe makes them special. Robert does not share this conceit, though he holds the people of Gielinor in a high regard. Terragard is ruled over by the 7 Magisters, the heads of the 7 ruling families of Terragard. The Magisters are responsible for officiating over law, tradition, and even religion. They dictate the rules that everyone on Terragard must follow, but most importantly, they are the people who control and protect the Schism. Robert describes the Schism as the heart of Terragard. It's a source of energy that Terragardians must power the devices and use it to the linchpin of the Magister's power. On Terragard, there are no runes, no magical essence, and therefore no magic. Everything is run by energy siphoned off from the Schism, which is used to power the arcane technologies of Terragard. Robert was fascinated by the Schism. He was convinced it was more than just a power source. He uncovered documents that seemed doctored, and each of them related to the Schism in some way. Anyone else would have overlooked it, but Robert even then hungered for knowledge and stories of the Schism itself, seemed to be the most mysterious. One night, he could bear it no longer and crept into the cathedral where the Schism was housed like a religious artifact. He was discovered. Naturally, Robert, an abnormally tall man, not suited to sneaking through the shadows. He was able to dispatch the gods with, as he describes it, a swift right hook. Before long, he found himself in the inner sanctum where the Schism was held. He describes the Schism as a great black hole surrounded by a corona of red crackling lightning that arced to nearby obelisks that stored the energy. He says it felt like it called to him, whispering promises of other places and other stories. Before he even knew what he was doing, he had stepped into the blackness and found himself in another world. Interesting. Oh, is that a cat bed? Huh. Okay. Investigate the weapon rack. Weapons are all covered in rust. Take some rust from the weapons. Yeah, there we go. So I was right about the, I need to take a, withdraw, what was it, a ruby? Emerald? I think it was an emerald. Oh, here, I'm just gonna do this. Let's drop one, and then fill the bag, and then take. Oh, dang it. Can I withdraw one emerald? Okay, well, I'll just put a... I don't know why inspect. Ah, is that... No? I guess I can only withdraw... I don't like how that functions. So, I need to... create a rock scroll. There we go. So I didn't need a... Okay. Read animate rock scroll. Still doesn't seem to be working here. How about this one? Use the animate rock scroll. By the ancestors, I'm free! I can smell the air, the blessed, dusty air. I was aware of the world around me, in a sense. It was long, so long, I feared I would go mad. I know I was trapped. For how long, I cannot say. Last I recall, it was the end of something called the Second Age, but now I am free. I have you to thank for this? Yes. You have my gratitude, stranger. Don't suppose you know who I am, do you? This is the Sixth Age. Must be centuries. Has it been so long? Are you alright? I am sorry. So much to take in. Everyone I know is gone. The world must have changed so much. What place have I here, so far from my time? I must know what to become of the Ilujanka, my people. Forgive my melancholy. It's just difficult to understand. Who are the Ilujanka? The caretakers of our world and worked in harmony with the animals around us. We had our place, they had theirs. By working as one, we lived a prosperous and happy life, each contributing to the Olundai. Olundai? It's a difficult concept to explain. Forgive me if I seem unclear. We Ilujanka believe everything is connected, part of a singular whole. The earth, the trees, the grass, and the animals that graze upon it. The whole is like an elaborate painting that's impossible to fully perceive because you're part of it. Too close to see everything. But you know, the result is beautiful and worth all the effort that went into it. And like a painting, each individual stroke seems almost meaningless without the brushstrokes that came before or after. Difficult part of the Olundai is knowing that your place is and accepting it. Something we all struggle with. I, most of all. Does that make sense? It kind of makes sense, yeah. Yeah, I generally understand that. You are clearly wiser than me, PolarizedMoon. We have had natural affinity with the animals of our world. We served as their higher reasoning and served as our limbs. Between us, we plowed fields, built homes, and lived well. But then our numbers began to fall. Clutches fell in number from dozens to fewer and fewer. Till soon there were almost no births at all. We were dying, PolarizedMoon. We had no idea why. That's why we agreed with the Empty Lord, because he had promised us a solution. Zeros. Ancestors warned us not to go, not to defy the Olundai, but how could we not? I'm sorry, PolarizedMoon. I can't talk about this anymore. What now? Now, I need to decide my future. You could ride dragons again. To what end? Actually, you could go home. Yes, I could. There's nothing for me here. I could leave, I could. But how? With Zeros gone, there's no way back to my world, is there? Could you use the fairy rings? Alas, the fairy ring network was something I tried to back before I was imprisoned, but did not connect to my homeworld. We could look around this library. Yes, that does seem quite impressive. Maybe there is something we can use here. I have vague memories of a figure here, someone with a strong Olundet. It's only impression. Where can I hurt to look? Olundet? Ah yes, Olundet is a measure of the impression we leave on the Olundai. Sort of a measure of destiny, or one's spirit. You yourself have a particularly powerful Olundet, so I cannot help but think your journey on the Olundai is intertwined at this time. My people are deeply spiritual, and it is ingrained in our culture and language. Forgive me if I forget from time to time that not everyone shares this history. Let's try some of these books. There must be something that can help me get home. Okay, so we are looking for... Okay, so there's only one over here. Find a journal about Robert the Strong regarding the Dragonkin language. Seems to be referencing the special powers of dragons. Dragons are uniquely gifted creatures. This looks like something worth investigating, PolarizedMoon. I'll keep track of any words we've uncovered and can translate for you if you need me to. Right-click on the book to translate toggle, which will automatically translate any Dragonkin words you discover. Sure there's more use here. Translate toggle. Now automatically translated when you read it. Oh, I wonder if this was too hard for people to do. So there's now an auto-translate feature. I find myself lucky to have obtained something of a language primer for the Dragonkin. I buried it within the ruins of Kethsi. It's barely enough to form a few sentences, but it's certainly a start. I have a bit of a gift with languages, back from my days of study in ancient libraries of Terragard. I hope this journal will eventually become a dictionary of the Dragonkin language. The language of the Dragonkin is as blunt as they are. From what I can gather, sentence structure is direct and simple. I believe it follows a structure like this. Subject, adjective if required, action modifier, action object. So sentences like, Odysseus went back for a brisk walk in the park would become Odysseus brisk walk in park. Seems they really don't like to mince words, which may explain why much of their written language is only a handful of short excerpts. Additionally, I have encountered a few references to dragons that seem to have almost been given titles. The format for this appears to be color dragon title descriptor. Previously discovered phrases. I found some Dragonkin murals in most unlikely of places within a temple sunk beneath the sea. In a place now referred to as the Cursed Archipelago. Man, I had trouble with that word apparently. From right to left, the murals on the following written on them. Still need to decipher the first mural. Oh, okay. So I need to decipher them. Is there anything more in this bookcase, or is that it? Alright. Let's see. So, I saw that there were a handful over here that I need to search. The more I learn about them, the more I am convinced the Dragonkin are not native to this world. I had thought them invaders who traveled to Kethsi, but destroyed it and left, but now I am not so sure. believe they are far older than that, and they are likely came from somewhere else, not unlike myself. The question that eludes me is quite how they achieved this. I do not believe that the fairy rings would be a best transportation method for an invading force. Unfortunately, there is no one that I can ask. The Kethians are all dead, so I cannot ask them how the dragonkin arrived, and there is no one else I know of who has encountered them. I need someone who has predated the arrival of humans on Gielinor, since I believe the dragonkin long predate us. My initial thought was to contact the strange rock people who live in the volcano, the Sahar. I think they call themselves. I tried to speak with them about their history, but while being actively aggressive, they were not forthcoming with their answers. I briefly considered contacting the dragonkin directly, but I quickly realized the folly in that plan. There are statues and relics around Gielinor that predate the arrival of humanity on Gielinor. If only could get them to divulge their secrets. Past these enormous statues regularly, their stone eyes gazing out across the world. If only I could speak to them somehow. Imagine how that much... I imagine they would have such wonderful secrets to tell. Dragonkin. They could travel between worlds. That would be worth investigating. Wonder what statues he refers to. Seems to be everything of use. We should investigate those clues. Oh, really? So... Oh, this is the... Okay, that's his... Okay, so that's all the information I need. Okay, so what about that? Maybe I can search the desk again? Animate rock notes. No? About our quest. Dragons possess wonderful powers. There might be one among them that can be my ticket home. We'll have to decipher that writing, though sadly it's not my area of expertise. Decipher the writing? Cletter Dragon Dosk Dungeon 4 and 3. Oh, okay. Translate toggle. Dragon Dosk Dungeon Clutter. Okay, so we don't have... So, the Dragon Dungeon in 4 and 3. 4 and 3 is the wilderness. So I'm assuming that Lillergask is... Eulergax. Yeah, okay. Is there no more info that I can learn anywhere else? Let's see. That's not what I meant to click on. Here. Kletter Durin Dusk Aken Ulergax. Translate the phrase using the journal and the map. Basement, there's stone eyes gazing out across the world that were mentioned in the notes. Okay, so that's my next... So are those giant heads? There's the big heads. I don't remember where they all are off the top of my head. So maybe... Are they... on the map? Didn't the heads point... I thought the heads pointed to Entrana, didn't they? Isn't there one... I think there's one... I think there's one up in this area. There's also one on... I think there's also one on, Karamja? Okay, I think there's one of the statues over here. But I could have sworn that these statues were for some other quest. Or am I thinking of the crystal tree? Oh no, yeah, here we go. Examine a mysterious statue. I could have sworn we already used these for something. So this is pointing directly south. And I think there's another one. Yeah, I think there's another one in here. Near Brimhaven. So let's check that. So maybe I'm supposed to go where these... Oh, wait, hold on. What's this? Oh, that's a person. I thought there was a... Alright, well, let's go... Let's go here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we already used these. So are these not the statues that he's talking about? Yeah, and then there's another mysterious statue here. Oh, weren't they pointing at a thing over here? Oh, crash star. Well, I'm not gonna worry about that for now. Yeah, wasn't there a thing here? Should find the enormous statues. Maybe, okay, let's go, well, first off, let's... Oh, maybe I have to use the... Oh, that's, hold on, let's spy on that bush. There we go. Alright, so let's... were there other statues that I don't quite remember? So let's use the primer. Use the animate rock scroll on this. Oh! Who speaks to me? Are you Takar or Dragonkin? I'm none of those, I'm human. Human? Ah, yes. So the upstart younger races, with your so-called gods. Your kind tore down my siblings to use your stones for your castles. Those you did not tear down turned around so we could no longer face the sleeper. Will you undo your race's crime? I'll rotate you now. Oh. Turn the vat north by northeast. Thank you, creature. The correct order of things is restored. Tell me more about yourself. My siblings were built by Takhar and the orders of the creators of the universe. Those you insult by calling elder gods, as if any younger beings were gods. Once, there were many more of us, a circle all facing inwards to the blessed and cursed one, the Sleeper. It was the Sleeper who looked upon the faces of the creators and trusted with the secrets of the universe, even as that universe was created. The Sleeper's task was to relay the creator's messages and warnings to those that came after. The Circle's task is to direct the others to those warnings, or keep them away as we judge wise. We have judged you wise, but remember, it's a great honor to speak with one who has seen the creators. Be sure you approach the Sleeper with an appropriately humble attitude. Thank you, creature. I am now facing the Sleeper once more. Okay, so where is he pointing? Is he pointing to Entrana? Did I read somewhere that those point to Entrana and I didn't know? I don't know. Let's go turn the other one and see. We will cross that when we get there. All right. Oh, and we're just about out of time. So either way, that's about the time I've got for this episode. Like and subscribe if you like the episode. Ring that bell if you'd like to see more. Good night. And we're going to go turn this head tomorrow. Bye-bye!